we want to model the transformer with the tap changer to regulate the voltage in the output in the LV side. Okay, so first we make a project in PowerFactory and assume that we put two bus bars here and we put one load here, and here we have the transformers. We have a couple of transformers and we use the 2-1 transformer. First HV side and then LV side, like this. And now we put external grid here to make a simple system. So here we have 110 kilovolt. Here we can put, for example, 10 kilovolt. And for load, if we double click in the load flow, we can allocate the active power, for example, 50 megawatt. Okay. Now if we double click in the transformer, in basic data here in the type, new project, in here we have a load of 50, so we can put, for example, 100 mega. HV side was 110 and LV 10. Okay. So now if we make a load flow, you can see the primary is connected to the grid, is 110 kilovolt. The loading of the transformer is 50%, and the secondary is 10 kilovolt or 1 per unit, and is perfect. Typically, the voltage drop is caused by the transmission lines. So if we disconnect this one, we put one transmission line before transformer and the grid, like this. And for connecting to external grid, again, right click and click connect. Done. Okay, now we have one line. For line, if we double click, we should allocate the type for these. It was 110 kilovolt, and we put some value for resistances, 0.1. So if we increase the length of line to 100 kilometer, then it can cause some voltage drop. If we click OK and make a load flow, then you can see in the primary of the line, we have 110 or 1 per unit. Then we have 0.96 per unit. And here also we have 0.95 per unit. Okay, so the voltage here is good, but we have some voltage drop in the secondary of the transformer. So here we have a couple of options. For example, we can put some capacitors here to increase the reactive power for injection. And here also we can change the tap changer of the transformer. This is another option to increase that 0.95 to 1 per unit. If you double click in the transformer, first you should change the type of the transformer to a transformer that has some tap changer. Click on this arrow here, and this is the type of the transformer that we designed. In the load flow, here in tap changer, we have the option for defining some tap changers. So this is tap changer 1, and this is the site. So it's on HV side can be, or in LV side. So for example, we put it in LV side. You say, okay, for each tap, how many percentage we can have changing in the voltage. We can put, for example, 1%. The neutral positions can be 0. The minimum can be -5, for example, the maximum 5. So it can be from -5 to 5. If we click OK, so now we allocated the tap changer, but we didn't the tap place. If we go in the load flow, here we can see this is 1% that we defined it, and minimum -5, maximum 5, and neutral is 0. So for example, if we don't change this one, click OK and make a load flow to see how much is the initial value. Initial value is 0.95. If we click on the transformer, if we increase that to, for example, 3, now we can see 3% is increased. So if we want to have exactly 1 per unit, we can put it in 5, and exactly 1 per unit. So we can see now in the secondary side of the transformer, we have 1 per unit. And if we want to decrease the voltage, we can go to even minus, for example, -4 now is 0.92 per unit.